My name is Brandon Shimoda. I am a Yonsei poet and a descendant of Japanese immigrants and Japanese Americans who were incarcerated in Fort Missoula, Poston, and Heart Mountain. I'm going to share some thoughts about the significance of stones in Japanese tradition, to the Issei and topaz, to the spirit of James Hatsuaki Wakasa, and to us. I'm going to start with a story. It comes to us from Buddhist mythology. There is a place children go when they die called Sai no Kawara, the dry bed of the river of souls. When children find themselves abandoned, bewildered, yet with a mysterious purpose in the dry bed, they begin to gather stones which they build into towers. It is only after building towers of stones that the children are able to achieve their afterlife. But the children are not alone. With them in the dry bed of the river of souls are demons who knock over the towers, scatter the stones, and prevent the children from achieving their afterlife. The children, however, are undeterred, but keep gathering stones, keep building towers, keep striving to cross the threshold out of the underworld and into the afterlife. I'm telling this story because we, survivors and descendants of incarceration, are the children. The stones are the past communicating with us in the present. The towers are the work we are doing to reimagine and redeem our history. The demons are whatever and whomever prevents us from healing, because the dry bed of the river of souls is our life. When the Issei and Topaz found a 1,000-pound stone and erected it for James Hatsuaki Wakasa, they transformed the stone into a site of consolation, offering to Wakasa and his spirit a place to rest. In Shinto, stones are vessels, homes, sanctuaries for kami, which are spirits inseparable from nature. The Issei, therefore, were making Wakasa's spirit and his memory inseparable from nature, simultaneously located in place and surrounding us, while imbuing the stone with the perspective of eternity, which is, after all, where it came from: outer space, the ancient lake, eternity. The stone would outlast the memory of those who were there and those who came after, and would see Topaz beyond its end. When the government ordered the stone be destroyed, and when the Issei, undeterred, buried it, the stone transmigrated into the realm of collective imagination. It was neither missing, nor lost, nor hiding. It was, when it was found by Jeff Burton and Mary Farrell, using a map discovered by Nancy Ukai, exactly where it was last touched. "This is a sign from your ancestors," Mary said in a conversation with Nancy. "This is their voice," Nancy said of the Issei. I visited the stone earlier this year on May 29th at 11:09 in the morning. It had been sitting in the courtyard of the Topaz Museum on a strip of gravel between the tar paper barracks and a fence, on a piece of carpet draped over a wooden pallet, beneath a corrugated shed open on the bottom, exposed to the elements, in other words, incarcerated for 308 days. That was over 100 days ago. After seeing the stone, I texted Nancy that it seemed embarrassed and very solemn in its embarrassment. But then I thought, no, it was not embarrassed. It was humiliated. The stone's injury and its shame cut much deeper than being merely embarrassed, because the stone, resting or attempting to rest, was and is being made to endure something beyond its control. According to the Sakuteki, the Heian period text on the subject of gardening, stones have personalities. They have opinions. They think, they feel, and they have ways of communicating their thoughts and feelings. When I saw the stone, I wondered what it was thinking and feeling. I wondered if anyone had asked its opinion. People, meanwhile, both in and outside of our community, have offered in morbidly obtuse and insensitive terms, their own opinions. Many have suggested, for example, that we need to move on. When the stone was removed, our community was deprived of the opportunity to heal. It could have been a ceremonial unearthing, motivated by the worshipful intention of aiding the stone and the spirit it was made to console through the transition from its grave into the light of the 21st century. Because without healing, there is no legitimate or enduring way to move on. That is not how trauma works, nor is that the purpose or maybe the opinion of a stone that was meant to mark our relationship to it. As Patrick Hayashi has said, I'm not ready to move on. There's still a lot of pain that's surfacing. And frankly, I just want to be alone with the pain for a while. I imagine the Issei felt the same, because the pain that is surfacing was theirs, for which the stone was a form of healing. When I told Emiko Omori about what I read in the Sakuteki, that stones have opinions, and that maybe to resolve the question of what should be done with the stone would be to ask the stone what it wants, she said, the stone has done its job. And then, revising her thought slightly, said, the stone is doing its job. The memorial is not only the stone, but what happens because of it. It is imperative to consider where it was, by which I mean all the way back through geological time, where it is now, and to imagine and contribute to where it might go next. But it is also imperative to consider what is happening because of its existence. Maybe it is not only that we, with our indivisible and indomitable energy and vigilance, are protecting the stone, but that the stone is protecting us. Some powerful force emanates from the stone, Emiko said, and we are awash in its force.